How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Elden Ring video. Today we are going to be doing a spells and miracle showcase, basically while I talk about my thoughts on sort of like a mage build or a miracle build in this game. Or I should say the network test, because obviously I haven't played the main game, I played just the network test so far. And I will say that I'm pretty sure that I have every spell that we had available to us. I may or may not have missed one or two, but for the most part, I'm like 90% sure that I have all of them here. So first of all, I want to say that the spells and miracles in this game, as you guys are going to see throughout the showcase here, are some of the best, if not the best, looking spells, miracles that we've ever gotten. They look freaking stunning, absolutely amazing when it comes to the visuals themselves and the way they affect your characters, and you'll see that more with some of the later miracles that have, I would say, more of an effect on your character itself. It looks absolutely incredible. When it comes to the network test, obviously the max level in the network test is 30. The max level that you can get for a weapon is +3. Some of these spells and miracles were already at like, with a +0 or +1 catalyst, we're doing really well, especially the miracles. I would say the best build in the entire network test would be a faith build, because the miracles that we get are so damn good that if you have that, it's almost not even worth using a lot of the weapons. Obviously the takeaway is that some of them do require a lot of focus points, so it's always smart to be carrying a weapon on your side. The fact that sorceries are basically like space magic, it's like what it's considered as in the game. When you listen to some of the dialogue, especially the mage that you run into in the network test, is really freaking cool, and you will see it within some of these sorceries. There's one that you're going to see a little bit later that basically shoots down meteors from a black hole. And I mean, the description sounds cool and the visuals pay it justice, because it is just as freaking cool to look at. Now, not every single spell or miracle is made the same. Some of them are really inaccurate and are pretty hard to hit. You'll see that I had a really hard time hitting things that I was at like medium range, locked on, long range, close range. It's a little difficult. And by the way, one thing that I probably should have mentioned earlier is that one of the coolest things now for the spells, in my opinion, is that you can now do a charged spell attack. So you have the regular attack. If you decide to have your weapon on your left hand, your catalyst, you press the left bumper one time, it does the regular spell attack. But if you hold it, similar to a charged right trigger heavy attack, you actually end up taking longer to cast it, but obviously is going to result in a much more powerful spell. Another example for the Meteorite spell, when I held the spell itself, it actually shot out, I think it was 4 or 5 meteors instead of 3 or 4. So basically it gave you one whole extra meteorite. But I absolutely freaking love the spell so far. I'm very happy what they've done. If a lot of people think that, you know, maybe they were held back a little bit in the previous games, or maybe weren't as good in the previous games, even though I would say, you know, like Dark Souls 3 has some okay mage builds and miracle builds, but nothing too crazy. So far in the network test, they are the absolute best thing in the game. And I'm thinking that what we get, and some of these spells being as ridiculous as they are just like the tip of the iceberg that we're getting in the full game, because there's still so much to explore. It's kind of staggering how much there actually is to explore in something that we're only going to be able to play in 3-hour chunks when it comes to the open network test and have it be available for everybody. I was lucky enough to be able to spend basically as much time as I wanted within 72 hours. I didn't play a crazy amount, only about, 15 hours, which seems like a lot, but like, when we had 72 straight hours available to us without a limit, it's not that much. Now, while some of the spells are very good, especially like the best, highest damaging spells, they are still a little bit slow, meaning that you're going to do a lot of damage, but if you miss, you're kind of screwed. Especially there's some that you just straight up cannot do in something like an invasion or a duel. If somebody's really being really quick or pressuring you a bunch, like you might have seen the sword spell that I showed. Like, anybody with half a brain is going to be able to dodge that in duels, but it works extremely well on bosses, mainly like the big slow ones. But really, that's it for me, man. I wanted to talk a little bit about my thoughts so far Miracle builds being, obviously, like I said, the best in the whole network test. I can't wait to play around with some of these miracles and actually have like a proper full faith build, fully upgraded casting tool. I can't wait. I think there's going to be some incredible builds going on. And I will say that I think these builds are going to be like your best friends when trying to gank spank in this game, because gank spanking is really hard, as you've already seen or either will see when I upload this PvP video that I made. Enjoy the rest of the spell showcase. If you have any questions about Elden Ring, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, and if I have the answer, I will try my best to give it to you. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy and if you're excited to try out these spells in Elden Ring, and let me know which one of these was your favorite. Alright, enjoy watching the rest of these incredible spells.